What is up, guys? Sophie here, back with another topic. But before we get into it, don't forget to subscribe and don't forget to hit the notification bell so you can stay updated on all of my content. And don't forget to check the description box because I always put a lot of stuff in there, such as my book specifically for single women. Now, what we're going to be talking about today is, are you the prize and how to be the prize? Now, before I get into it, I kind of want to say something because I remember on one of my past videos, and I can't even remember what it was, I was having a conversation with one of the men, and what he said was a lot of women think that they are the prize, or a lot of women think that they are the table, and that is not true. And honestly, I agree with him. I know this might rub some of y'all the wrong way, but the fact of the matter is that it is very popular for women to say, I am the prize or I am the table. And a lot of women want to say it, but are you that really? Because the only way that something is going to be effective in relationships, or you being the prize or a prize that needs to be won, is if you are actually that. Saying it and not being it, doesn't really help you. Let's talk about how you can become that prize. Be honest with yourself. The way that you can do this is that you can evaluate your life. And I actually have a video that I'll put in the description box where I talk about what does it mean when a man tells you to get your life together, because I created that video off of a comment when a man told a woman that he was dating that and he broke up with her. And she completely didn't get it why he said that. But really, it's like, be honest with yourself in the terms of, are you a prize? A man is dating you or looking to be in a relationship with you, and as they get to know you and you are not the prize, meaning that your life is in disarray, you are always getting evicted, moving from place to place. You always don't have any money. You're not taking care of your kids. You're not being a good parent. You're not taking care of yourself. This can be health wise. This can be mental health. And you're always having like a mental health breakdown. If you don't have any direction in life, if you don't have any goals, then really you're not the prize. And this is not to say that this is a criticism, because I can say that I have probably been many of the things that I just listed in some areas of my life. But the important things is that you work on those things, and perhaps that you put a relationship on hold until you fix some of those things. In order to get the best relationship right, you can't do it in the midst of the bottom of the sea where you're just, not maintaining yourself, and you just want somebody to come in and rescue you from drowning, when really you just probably need to get a life jacket or learn how to swim on your own and kind of rescue yourself. And this is going to be a metaphor. Let me go here. You know how it says that it's hard to save a person from drowning, because if the person jumps into the water, then the person that is drowning will cling on to them and take them down as well. So it's the same thing. If you are not a prize and you are expecting a man to just come fix your life that is just a hot disarray mess, then you are going to take that person down with you. And it's really not fair for them to get with somebody and be doing worse than what they were doing just because they're with you. You can't just say, oh, because I'm a woman, or even because I look good on the outside, that makes me a prize. What are you doing on the inside? What is your life like behind closed doors? Because if a person is going to be with you, they're going to get to know you in a very intimate way. You can't hide all of your junk in the closet and put forward a facade of what you think a prize is. But when somebody gets digging deep down into who you are, really, it ain't nothing but a whole bunch of mess down there. So when you're honest with yourself, you also evaluate that. Now, how you do that is you have to have something going on professionally and personally. Now, this don't mean that we're all running around being millionaires or anything like that, but you should have some type of professional direction. You should be able to maintain and pay your bills and have a place to live and be able to afford things. Everything shouldn't be in repossession mode. Everything should not be, your bills shouldn't be getting unpaid. You shouldn't be having eviction notices on your door all the time. You shouldn't be not able to afford food or the basic necessities. And I don't want to sound judgmental when I say this, because if you know my single mom struggle, and I will list that video down below as well, there was a time that I actually lost my job and I was in the same situation. But I guess my point is that in that particular instance, I didn't say, hey, this is a prime time for a relationship, because I needed to go ahead and fix what was going on, right? Not jump into a relationship. And also personally, don't be sitting around just waiting for a man to come before you live your life. You should already have something going on for yourself personally. You should have something like friends. You should be going places. You should have some type of social life. You can volunteer. My point is that if somebody meets you and you're like, well, what's going on with you? Nothing. I just sit. And then they're going to be like, okay, well, do you have anything going on? Do you have any goals? What do you want to do with your life? I don't know. Okay, well, do you have any hobbies? Do you have any things that you like to do? No. Then that sends red flags off to the man, because the man is going to feel like, okay, well, if I get with her, then I have to be her end all be all. I have to take care of her. I have to be her source of entertainment. And then a lot of women who don't have anything going on professionally or even personally will tend to leech onto men when they get with them, because they don't have a life for themselves. So the man, and men tend to do that. Men tend to have lives regardless, no matter if they're introverted or extroverted. They still have some type of autonomy in the sense that they have something going on for themselves. They have friends. They like to go out with their boys. But see, if you're not the prize and you don't have anything going on personally for yourself, you're always going to cleave and get mad about every time that he doesn't want to spend time with you or want to sit in the crack of your behind all day. And see, that's holding him back. And the source of it is not him, unless he's just completely neglecting you and he doesn't want to spend time with you at all. But I'm talking about regular situations. The source is not him. The source is that you don't have anything going on with yourself. You are not busy getting about your life, and you're not busy doing anything else with yourself. And therefore you feel like he has to fill that role for you. And really, that's not true. You should be able to fill that role for yourself before he even comes along, so that when you meet him, he can see that you have a self-fulfilling life and goals and everything else already, and that your whole entire existence is not dependent upon him. Or the next one that I'm going to get into is have your life together without the interference of someone else. Now, I think a lot of women can tend to get me misconstrued in this, because I definitely fall in line with some of the traditional values in terms of men being providers, in terms of men paying for dates and all this other type of stuff, right? But don't ever mistake the fact that because I feel like men should do these things, that gives you permission as a woman to not have any of your life together financially, because a man is going to do that for you. I've met women like this, that they will tend to find men, jump from relationship for relationship because they want their bills paid, because they want the man to give them money, because they want gas money. And if a man does that for you, then great. That is very nice. However, this is not your sole source of getting into a relationship with somebody. This is not a situation where you're like, oh, I love this person, or this person brings value to my life. You should not be jumping with somebody just because you want them to financially care for you, because you feel like you are unable to do that on your own. And you feel like, because I am the woman and I am a prize, then I should be able to use my womanhood in order to get a whole bunch of men to fund my lifestyle. That's not what that's about. Because if you want a stable relationship, which I hope that you do, yes, men can give you things or provide, but if that goes away and just tomorrow all their financial stuff goes away, if you're like, oh, I have to hurry up and find another man because I can't be consistent on my own financially, then that's a problem. Then you're not the prize, because really it's like a childlike mentality. And I have a video on where I talk about put away childish things. And this is what I talked about in the video. This is not feeling like, oh, I am a child and I want to find a daddy, or maybe some women a sugar daddy, to fund my lifestyle and to take care of me, because that's when you're getting into a very childlike mentality. If you are unable to maintain your life without the interference of someone else, that's financial. That can also be social, because some people do have a large part of self-esteem and they feel like, oh, if I'm not with somebody, then my self-esteem suffers. You should be able to have some type of self-emotional regulation, which means that your emotions are regulated. I am happy. I have high self-esteem. I have high self-worth, without the interference of someone else. If you feel that you cannot do that, then you are not the prize, and you need to do some self-healing in that area, because other people or men should not be the reason why you feel fulfilled. That comes internally, right? So then let's get into know your own value. So women who are the prize, who are really the prize, because some women will be like, oh, I'm the prize, and they feel like I know my own value. Some of them still suffer from low self-esteem. They could be professionals. They can be financially stable. They can have their own place. They can have goals. But some of them still don't know their own value. And as an end result of that, they will get with a whole bunch of men. And I have a video on that will use and abuse them. And they will sit down and they will allow it, because they don't know their own worth and they don't feel like they deserve better. Even if you have all of the other things that I specifically mentioned, and you don't like yourself or you don't know your worth, then you're still putting yourself in danger for being in a bad relationship. So knowing your own value is not only do you like yourself, you don't even like yourself. Why should other people, right? because people treat you based on how you treat yourself. And if you have a value that you are putting out into the world that is saying, I have value, I'm a good person to be around, I know my worth, and I'm not willing to accept anybody who is not willing to treat me or give me the same regard that I am willing to give myself. And then that is the type of men that you are going to attract. And that is the type of prize that you're going to be. Because the thing is that, men subconsciously, and even other people, you can pick up on how to deal with somebody based on how they feel about themselves. So even if you are the most beautiful person in the world, it's really not going to help too much if you don't understand how you deserve to be treated by treating yourself like that first and requiring that anybody who encounters you, whether it be a friend or a man, treat you the same way. And if they do not, the last one is be willing to walk away at any sign of disrespect, point blank, period. And once again, this is not a game. This is not like, oh, well, Sophia told me that if I'm disrespected or somebody don't treat me like the prize or they don't, treat me how I want to be treated, I'm going to walk away and that's going to make them chase me. No, that's not what I'm talking about. Could it make them chase you and act right? Yeah, sometimes it does, but that's not why you're walking away. You're walking away because you are sending a message to somebody that literally, I am the prize. And if you cannot treat the prize well, then I have other options and I can go give my gifts. And this is not sexual. I'm not saying that. I can go give what I have to offer to somebody else because I have options. When you stick around at any sign of disrespect, people not treating you right or not treating you according to how you should be treated according to your own self-worth, then that sends a subconscious message to men that I don't have any options. I don't have nowhere to go. And I'm just going to stay in this situation because you're the only man that I feel I can get. And as an end result of that, you are also allowing them to continue to disrespect you because men are only going to push you so far as you are willing to allow. And so if you stay after constant disrespect, even if you say, man, don't disrespect me, and you don't leave and they keep doing it and you just keep talking, then you're all talk. Really, you have to be willing to walk away. And that is the sign of a prize because just like I said in my video, when I talk about a woman worth more than rubies, what gem, and I'll link that down below, but what gem will go and chase down its owner? It is the perfect owner with the right set of money and the right set of trained eye to know what a quality gem is that looks everywhere for the right gem. It doesn't say if I'm, a $100,000 gem that, because I don't have a lot of interest in people buying me. And this is a metaphor. We're not talking about prostitution, right? If I don't have any interest in anyone buying me, let me just go ahead and go on sale for $1 and let me just go to the person who can afford me, even though I'm worth $100,000. No, if you are a diamond, if you are a ruby, then that's your value. That's it. And if somebody can't see the value, you just stay on your throne and you just let them walk away. You don't haggle your price or haggle your self-worth or haggle what you feel like you deserve, and you just stay, because real prize women, just like I spoke about in that specific jewel scenario, knows that that's not how this works, right? All right, guys. So I definitely hope that helps you out when it comes to determining your self-worth and also becoming the prize. Don't forget to check the description box. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you guys another day, another time. Bye, y'all. Not ready for the show to end? It doesn't have to. You can head over to my site where you can read hundreds of articles. And also you can feel free to shop my store where I have all of my products for sale. And last but not least, for even more video content, feel free to visit my YouTube channel where I talk about a wide array of content. Thank you guys so much for tuning in, and until next time, stay blessed.